The Big Five.
Baba God bless you, no go pass you by. He go bless you, so to them go ask you why. Only bad belly people then go pass you by. Cause Baba God no go let you die. Oh, he will let you fly. Over the obstacle you dey face sometime. Oh, you just have to try. May Baba God bless you, no go pass you by. Yeah, oh, la 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 la.
Can't believe I brought on EC. Either way we win, whether or not it's with me. We started off with cash, 100 G's. Mr. CME, God bless you for me. I drew up a scheme, I built up the steam. Pushed on, believe. When push comes to shove, your true friends you see. You and if I no send, you see. I still don't know what kind of girlfriend I need. I just wanna succeed. And what you expect, I meet and exceed. All based on the cheat. Believe.
Baba God bless you, no go pass you by. He go bless you, so to them go ask you why. Only bad belly people they go pass you by. Cause Baba God no go let you die. Oh, he will let you fly. Over the obstacle you dey face sometime. Oh, you just have to try. Me Baba God bless you, no go pass you by. Yeah, oh, la 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 la. Not that we all who they blow me. I be always call on you. That's why you wouldn't let me die. Yeah.
Black magic the flow, T-flavor the beat. Face it, I'm a king, I say no to defeat. Inspiration for the song, 100K for the beat. The first album dropped, it didn't make it to the street because the market had the and I needed the so I could fall like bouncing ball and get back up. But now I got the back up. Everything come fine with tango. Everybody loving the single. They say this guy is single. Baby girl say buy me a ringo. So I went and put a ring on the melody. And I just wanna say thank you to my friends and my fans and my family for helping me out.
Baba God bless you, no go pass you by. He go bless you, so to them go ask you why. Only bad belly people they go pass you by. Cause Baba God no go let you die. Oh, he will let you fly. Over the obstacle you dey face sometime. Oh, you just have to try. Me Baba God bless you, no go pass you by. Yeah, oh, la 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 la. Not that we all who they blow me. I be always call on you. That's why you wouldn't let me die. Yeah.
Black magic believe, or we should family flow. I've seen many they come, I'm getting ready to go. Up higher and higher, that's how the story should go. Leave him loving the memory, let the story be told. God bless Uncle Sammy, even though he's my cousin. God bless him, my mommy, telling her busy I love him. All my fans and my family and all the ones that supporting. Based on believe, I'm based on the cheat. Fuck your money if you're based on the greed. God's time is the best. My album now in the market. My drive cannot be parking. My flight kinda departed. Fueled by the love, I'm good bye. I
Baba
love
God
you.
bless you, no go pass you by. He go bless you, so to them go ask you why. Only bad belly people they go pass you by. Cause Baba God no go let you die. Oh, he will let you fly. Over the obstacle you dey face sometime. Oh, you just have to try. Me Baba God bless you, no go pass you by. Yeah, oh, la 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 la. Not that we all who they blow me. I be always call on you. That's why you wouldn't let me die. Yeah.
That's a perfect way to just start. It's 7:04 and it's time for us to, take the major papers that happened from Monday to Friday. So if there was anything that you missed at all, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, just listen up because we are about to give you every single part of information, okay? course, this week, as you all know, it is not news that everywhere has been buzzing. The major thing that is happening in the country is, well, there are a lot of things happening, but the major thing is actually fuel. The increase, the queues, the buying, every single thing. Everything is just based on what is happening for fuel. So yes, you are welcome to the show, the Big Five show. 5 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, the exact time when we start the show on your urban lifestyle station 102.1 FM. Of course, my name is Toluwase Akiwumi, and I will be taking you through the major headlines that made the front pages of the newspapers that we have in the country. So the phone lines are open. So what we usually do is, while we are taking all the stories, you can also react to them, probably based on what you will be hearing, or maybe there is something that is happening around in your own corner, or you want to let us know how the situation of things are in your place. How are the prices? How are people buying fuel? Are there any new things that you notice? You can just call us up on 0700 1021 1021. That is 0700 1021 1021. Right here, you can air your views, you can speak, and of course, you will be listened to. You can also send a text message or WhatsApp message to 0907 224 5018. That is 0907 224 5018. That is the number you can send a text message or WhatsApp message to. Again, this is the Big Five, where we take you through the major stories that you might have missed from Monday through Friday.
I know, and I love you too. This is why I've made it so that you can now have me everywhere you go. www.highimpactstudios.com. Press play. Links in our social media bio. Click at High Impact 1021 FM. Or you can just go the regular way. Turn on your radio and tune in to 102.1 FM.
We love you at High Impact Radio. Mwah!
See, there is no separating us now.
Let's discuss big stories from the dailies that caught your attention during the week on The Big Five. Every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. To share your views, call 0700 1021 1021. On WhatsApp 0907 224 5018. Let's hear your thoughts on The Big Five.
Starting with the Guardian newspaper for Monday, right here on the front page, of course, we have the Bankers Committee completed restoration of National Theatre, the pictures of them. But the main thing right here is, like I said, it's been filled. So there is no story that happened from Monday through Friday that we did not talk about fuel, because that is the main thing that is happening. It is quite a very, very tiring time. I will not lie to you, a really tiring time. So right here on page 6, if you missed it, for the Guardian newspaper, it says fuel price hike imminent as NNPCL admits $6.8 debt supply strain. Fuel price hike imminent as NNPCL admits $6.8 debt supply strain. That one is on page 6. Below them, we have three major stories here. One here you can find on page 3 that despite elusive $7 billion intervention, federal government to interject 1.2 trillion naira in TCN discourse. Beside it, we have a story on FCCPC's marching order. The businesses claim victims of government policies and fault tackling inflation by fiat. That also is on page 6. So yeah, like I said, the major thing that is happening right here in the country all around is the issue of fuel queues, the kind of queues and vehicles I saw just this week. It is so huge, and that is not even talking about going to the main other areas. This is just where like I am staying, right? So yeah, if like I said earlier, if you want to react to these stories, you can call 0700-1021-1021, or you can send a text message or WhatsApp message to 0907-224-5018 and let us hear your thoughts. We move on to the Daily Trust, and it says right here, petrol price may rise as NNPCL admits financial strain. We have here also that to riders to it, Atiku demands list of oil firm on stock exchange, and why hike is inevitable according to experts. That is what we have right here. Also, we have other stories. Here at the top. Hashtag Ed Bad Governance. Protesters for trial in Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, Borno today. That was exactly on September 2nd, right here for the Daily Trust newspaper. I will take one more story before we move on to the other stories. Right here we have 21 million naira jumbo pay. Serap sues Akpabio Abbas for fixing NAS running cost. Yes, that is exactly what we have right here. We'll move on to the other papers because, we're still going through Friday. Still, Punch newspaper is always talking about, the petrol scarcity, talking about the $6 billion debt. And the two writers to this one says, I'll take one of it. Debt to petrol suppliers has caused financial strain. PMS supply threatened. Debt to petrol suppliers has caused financial strain. PMS supply threatened, according to NNPC. You can't avoid it, actually. You cannot avoid it. When one thing happens, it affects the rest. Of course, when you find a debt like this and there are still things to be done, you have to take care of the one first before you deal with the others. And we have this major story here on page 19, still on the Punch newspaper. There's this excitement that, Dangote Refinery petrol ready for rollout. We'll still take more of that stories that happened on Friday. But this one here says Dangote Refinery petrol ready for rollout. It's a good one, I would not lie. But yeah, let us see how, when it is set in motion, let us see how everything will turn out to be. Let's see how everything is going to turn out to be. And on page 3, we have Bill Gates saying that Nigeria has second highest rate of food insecurity. Nigeria has second highest rate of food insecurity. If you want to see more stories on that, just go to page 3 of the Punch newspaper. That is all we have for Monday. Now, for the next day, Tuesday, we have right here anxiety as pump price of petrol races towards 1,405 naira per litre. Anxiety as pump price of petrol raises towards 1,405 naira per litre. That story is on page 5, and we have many riders here. One says new official pump price expected this month. Quite interesting. Majority have been saying that, these pump prices, they keep increasing. A lot of people are saying that these things that are happening, it is not the same with, it is not reflecting actually with the prices for each filling station. It's different here, it's different there, but the major one is that we have 1,405 naira per litre. So this particular one was on Tuesday. We still have other stories here. Like I said, the main issue this week was definitely on the prices of fuel escalating But we have a news here that presidency denies alleged frosty relationship between Tinubu Shetima. This one you can find on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Besides that, we have Nigerian Airlines not delisted from operating to US over safety, and this is according to the federal government. You can find more details on that on page 16. Also at the top, we have Forex. Renewed Naira depreciation begins as market turnover falls 25%. Renewed Naira depreciation begins as market turnover falls 25%. That is on page 19. As you all know, the Naira has actually devalued by 1,600. Can you imagine? Now, $1 is 1,600 Naira. Earlier this year, there was some discussions, and I was just thinking, if the dollar is at this price right now, I think then it was like around 1,001, if I'm not mistaken, 1,000 or 1,002. I was just thinking, how is it going to be like by the end of the year? And now we see that it just keeps depreciating every single day and every single week. But hopefully with this, the turnout of the fuel, Dangote doing this whole refinery, probably let's be hopeful and let's keep our fingers crossed that things will definitely turn out for the better. I'm always quite hopeful. I know it might seem really, really weird to say something like that, but hey, what else do you have aside hope? We move on to the Guardian newspaper, and page 6 says insecurity secessionists agitations deep FDI and trade in southeast states. That is according to Sit at Home. You can find this on page 6. Below that, we have fuel scarcity, sack Yari now, coalition demands. This one is on page 3. And besides that, we have PDP says Wike not above party as disciplinary committee issues someone. This one is on page 6. So was it last week? He mentioned a statement that really caused a negative ripple effect. Actually, he said a statement and everyone was taken aback that why would someone a governor of a particular state say something? If you hold that kind of high position and you say something like this, it felt more like a threat anyways. So that is why there's a story which you can find on page 6 if you need more details, that PDP says we cannot above party as a disciplinary committee issues someone. Below that we can find on page 3 that Oyedele committee awaits federal government approval on VAT increment. Yes, this is what we can take for the Guardian newspaper. We move on to the Punch. Yes, as we're taking the stories, do not forget you can react to anyone or tell us what exactly is happening. What's the price of maybe you feel at where you're staying? Is it different from what you've been hearing? Do let us know. Send a text message or WhatsApp message to 0907 224 5018. I'll take that again, 0907 224 5018. If you want to call, 0700 1021 1021. So we are back on the Punch newspaper, still on Tuesday, and it says right here that PDP governors Wike may clash as NWC meets WED. Now we have two riders here. INEC pressures NWC to hand over Rivers PDP to Fubara. At the top, we have NNPCL may stop petrol. NNPCL may stop petrol import as deport's price nears 1,000 naira per litre. Can you imagine? NNPCL may stop petrol imports as deport's price nears 1,000 naira per litre, and that is on page 2. No wonder they're actually selling at that particular price. They're buying with this. That story is on page 2. We also have here On page 19, hospitals, tertiary institutions, electricity subsidy make up 188 billion naira. Hospitals, tertiary institutions, electricity subsidy make up 188 billion naira. And besides that, we have, according to Dangote Refinery, that petrol will be exported if marketers boycott products. Petrol will be exported if marketers boycott products. This is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. I'll take one more story below right here. It says Tinubu meets Xi Jinping today and signs bilateral agreements. That one is on page 28 if you want to get more stories on that. This is still the Big Five, and yes, we are looking forward to listening to your views and also your thoughts. I have a message here. Good morning and God bless you, my brother and sister in the studio. This is from Nnamdi Oye from Ogba. On the long queue on the filling station and the prices of increase of fuel. Okay, this particular one, right. On the long queue on the filling station and the prices increase of fuel, until Port Harcourt, Warri, Kaduna refineries start refining fuel fully for local consumption nationwide to challenge or compete with Dangote refinery. This a recent long queue on the filling station and the uproar of the increase of the pump price of this fuel all over this country will still continue to persist, because only one man's business, that is Dangote, known as private company, cannot solve the problem of the millions of citizens living in this country. We need both the public and private sectors of the nation's economy to challenge each other in order to move this nation's economy forward. Although in Nigeria, it is the exchange rate of the naira to a dollar at the official or parallel market that determines the prices of goods and services we produce and consume in this country. Thank you for that thought, Nnamdi Oye. As you said, yes, we cannot just leave everything to one man and be like, okay, since he has decided to do all of this, let him go ahead and let it be the savior of all our problems. It really can't work like that, because when you leave the bulk of something on the bulk or the weight of a particular issue on one particular person, at the end of the day, it will tell. So yeah, I do also agree that our refineries also should be up and running so that the private sector and the public sector can work together. That way things will be easier, much easier. Lastly, for Daily Trust, we have on the front papers, this one is actually sad. Boko Haram kills many farmers, others in fresh Yobe attack. 2 riders here, 3 actually, I'll take 2. Burnt houses and shops, and insecurity disrupting agricultural activities, Northern government says. You can find these major stories on pages 4, 5, and 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. We're talking about fuel, talking about insecurity. All of this is really affecting the community. We'll take one more story about that. We have amidst fuel scarcity and NPCL to become sole buyer from Dangote refinery. This is according to the reports, and you can find this on page 8. Anyways, this is what we can take for Tuesday. forget we are live on YouTube at High Impact 1021 FM. If you'd like to join us, react to the stories, the number to call is 0700-1021-1021, and to text or send a WhatsApp message 0907-224-5018. We move on to Wednesday. And the Punch headline says, Labour demands reversal set to meet. Labour demands reversal set to meet. One writer says, marketers await Dangote refinery pricing template as NNPCL emerges sole buyer. This one is on page 2. We also have Oyo Monarch Council's Vice Chair tackles Song over Ogbomoso Chief Imam. Oyo Monarchs Council's Vice Chair tackles Song over Ogbomoso Chief Imam. This one you can find on page 16. Beside that, we have a fleeing buttock enlargement doctor now in custody. Fleeing buttock enlargement doctor now in custody. You can find this on pages 4 and 5. And yes, at the top we have hunger protest. Police quiz staff of wanted Britain. That is on page 16. Now we move on to The Guardian, and it says right here, confusion over new pump price as Dangote petrol sets for market. Confusion over new pump price as Dangote petrol sets for market. If you want to know what all of this is about, just go to page 6 of The Guardian newspaper. We have other stories right here. This one here on that you can find on page 5. It says 2027 Obi unveils Tanko as coordination of obedient movement. 2027 Obi unveils Tanko as coordinator of obedient movement. Besides that, we have court sent whistleblower to Kuje over classified document leak. You can find this on page 3. And also, Falano falls treason charges against protesters. And this one also you can find on page 5. And also another major story on page 3, PDP governors false Wike's fire threat. Like I said, you are in a huge position. I mean, saying something like that is going to upset not only people that you are addressing to, but also the people that you are ruling as a leader. Yes, so this is it, and you can find more stories of it on page 3. We move on to the Vanguard for on Wednesday. Like I told you, every single thing has been about the petrol, the fuel. Hopefully, before the end of this year, something good is really going to come out of this. We have here that anger trails rise in pump price of petrol to 855 naira per litre. Anger trails rise in pump price of petrol to 855 naira per litre. This one you can find on page 5. On page 5, we have here, again, FEC will determine price of our petrol, says Dangote. FEC will determine price of our petrol, says Dangote. So this one we can just take, let's see. Yeah, that is all we have for Wednesday. Actually, that's all we have for Wednesday. If you're just joining us, yes, this is your Urban Lifestyle Station 102.1 FM, and we are taking you through Monday to Friday, the major and big stories that have happened. Okay, so if you missed any of this and you saw it during the week and you were like, oh my God, I want to react to this, I want to say something about this, just send us a text message or WhatsApp message, right? And then you can let us know what it is that is on your mind. All right, your voice, every single thing that you have to hear, we are here to also listen to you. It is 7:30, and yes, we still have two more stories or 2 more days to go through. Don't forget, you can also watch us live via YouTube at High Impact 1021 FM, or you can just visit our website anywhere that you are in the world, at www.highimpactstudios.com. That is www.highimpactstudios.com. My name is T Fotoluwashe, and let's go on a break, and then when we're back, we'll complete it and still, see your text and let us know what you are thinking about.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
The best music, the best people, the best talk on High Impact 102.1 FM. Watimagbo.
Dangote, see they find money. No level.
It's Kelpie Vibes.
Dangote, see they find money. I know they sleep on the money. Who happy? Where make I no go find money? I know they send anybody. Me at the hustle, go check up. Make you hustle, my luck. I know be your lord, I know be baller. Oh, I'm a to baller. I go show you my color. She want to pay me a lot, baller. Let me go more, yeah, I want baller. They matter plenty, I know me only sata. Oh, no. You're gonna listen well. When I dey strive and I dey hustle, waiting I dey find Kaluba I dey find. When I dey move from place to place, waiting I dey find. Now the dollar I dey find, and I don't do yes. And many people don't tell me no. Money lati lowo di dandan. Torí ìyá mi ò bí mọ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ yọ. Is it because I dey do am for love? If I get the cash, I go tell you love, papa. I go give you cash, I go be your sponsor. Money ìyá mi ò bí mọ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ yọ. Is it because I dey do am for love? If I get the money, you go know. Till I go hustle to that kingdom come. Because Dangote, see they find money. I know they sleep on the money. Who happy? Where make I no go find money? I know they send anybody. Me at the hustle, go check up. Make you hustle, my luck. I know be your lord, I know be baller. Oh, I'm a to baller. I go show you my color. She want to pay me a lot, baller. Let me go more, yeah, I want baller. They matter plenty, I know me only sata. Oh, no. Baby, go, lama dancer. Happy you forget, say happy the gaga. Oh, man, going gaga, lorry gaga. Oh, man, going gaga, lorry gaga. Very low, girl, be. Very young gaga, no gaga. Bami, no gaga, yeah. My money, do.
Are you surprised? If you're still wondering why is it taking so long, this man should just get this thing on the road. Well, he is a businessman, right? He is a businessman, and of course, he does need to make money. So, yeah, let's just give it a chill pill. You are still on the Big Five show on 102.1 FM, and my name is Toluwashe Akiwumi. Just taking you through the major stories that happened from Monday through Friday. And yes, we have gone through Monday to Wednesday. And now moving on to the Vanguard newspaper, we have right here the petrol price hike. Like I told you, every single story this week was on petrol. I mean, there were other important stories, but like this is the main thing that has been happening. And I am not surprised. So we have here petrol price hike. NACCIMA, LCCI, and NECA worry over jobs, economy, and they should. They really should, because I always say something. There is always a ripple effect. If one thing is affected, best believe every other single thing is affected. Is it until when price of petrol is at a ridiculous one, whereby people will not start giving excuses that, oh, they can't go to work, they can't do this? Probably it has even started happening now, at some places. Oh, I can't go to work, it's because of this. And from there, industries and other companies are not able to do what they are supposed to do. Why? Because their workers are not income. Why? Because there is fuel there, because of the prices of fuel. And on and on and on. All these things affect economy, So yeah, they should worry over jobs, because this is a lot. Everything affects. You can find this major story on page 5, and we have some writers here. One says, hike in price fails to improve supply and clear queues. Another says, hike will worsen poverty. This is according to NECA. NACC, IMA, and OPS worry over impact on businesses and citizens. Another says, Action Aid worries over pump price hike. And lastly, again, we have higher inflation on the way. They keep saying higher prices, higher inflation. I know we keep seeing it like that. So yes, this is something to actually worry over. It is a ripple effect. If one part of the economy is affected, best believe it will affect every other part. So away from that story, over at the top, we have that Shettima inaugurates $150 million. Shettima inaugurates $115 million upgraded West African container terminal. This story is on page 20. And besides that, we have China to help Nigeria fights money laundering and terrorism financing. This you can find on page 13 and 9. The writer here says, Nigeria, China move to revive local currency swap. Yes, so probably this is a result of what our president has been doing. So yeah, away from that one, Nenadi Usman emerges interim chairperson of Labour Party. This story is on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper. And that is all we have actually for Thursday for Vanguard. We move on to another major headline right here on The Guardian. Outrage at high cost of petrol, scarcity push businesses to brink. As earlier said from the last story, it is something that we should really, really be looking out for. We have here on page 4, Tinubu woos Chinese investors and says Africa holds opportunities for growth. And below that, we have another one, that Obasanjo and Yaoku. Others lament impunity, poor leadership. This one is on page 6, actually, page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. Still on the Punch for Thursday, NNPCL bars independent marketers amidst surging prices. Do not forget the number to call is 0700 1021 1021 0700 1021 1021. NNPCL bars independent marketers amid surging prices. This is on page 2. We have a writer here. 3 PMS vessels arrive and transport fares jump as major marketers raise fuel price. 3 PMS vessels arrive, Transport fares jump as major marketers raise fuel price. This is just really, really interesting. Under that, we have State Police, NEC to brainstorm on 32 states reports. This story is on page 28. And PDP shifts NWC meeting over Governor Wike's tension. And this also you can find on page 29. Now, according to Wanted Britain on page 16, it says Nigeria police will torture, kill me if I surrender. And besides that, we have Abure rejects OT's 29-man peace panel. This one is on page 28. At the top, I'll take one story, just one story. And this one is from Bill Gates, where you can find on page 29. Nigeria's economy has stagnated. You don't have to tell us that, Bill Gates. We know. And lastly, for the Daily Trust, we have petrol price hike. Transport fares surge 50% nationwide. I'll take one rider here. Inflation may rise further, according to MAN. And Tinubu didn't bargain fuel price for minimum wage. Presidency tells NLC. All of this you can find on page 4. We do have some stories here in play too about gunmen attacking 2 communities there and killing 7 people. This one you can find on page 10. There is no how you will not read stories from this and not just be out of hope, right? Because the feel, it's not even something that they are just saying alone. It's something that you're experiencing as a person. So yeah, it's actually a lot to handle. I will not lie. It's a lot to handle. Anyways, this one is the last one. We are still on a beautiful day. Yes, I know that the stories that you are hearing are quite disheartening, but I can tell you that we are still in a beautiful day. This is the Big 5 show on 102.1 FM. And lastly, for Friday, we have petrol will be available weekend. We're already in weekend. That was by yesterday anyways. But yeah, we're in weekend and we are really looking forward to how that is turning out to be. This was said by the minister. If things are different in your area, there's still time left for you to, call in or, send in a text message. So we have 4 riders here. Price hike shoots up cost of foodstuffs. Beans hit 200,000 naira per bag in Kano and Lagos. And Lagos rice goes for 140,000 naira in Kaduna. Lastly, Dangote Refinery to determine price October. This one is on page 4. Below that, we have terrorists enslaving us to work on their farms. This is according to Niger residents. You can find the story on page 5. At the top, we have Naira crashes to 1,639 Naira per dollar. Yes, at parallel markets. It's sad. And besides that, Toji must face justice, Northern elders tell federal government. We move on to the Punch newspaper, and I will start from the top. 63 TCN towers destroyed in 8 months, according to federal government. That is on page 19. And ICPC grieves in Gige over NSITF contract. This one also is on page 14. The major story for the Punch newspaper: NNPC ties Dangote petrol price to forex rate. The writer here says NNPC begins lifting Dangote refinery petrol September 15. Vessels begin offloading. Queues worsen. This one is on page 2. Now, this story here I find really particular. I actually thought maybe federal government were changing their mind, but apparently I think they mean business. It says reps back ban on under 18 SSCE UTME candidates. Reps back ban on under 18 SSCE UTME candidates. This major story is on page 31. Wow. I mean, you think about the fuel price is still increasing, and then you're now saying that no, you house your children for 2 more years if they're 16, or 1 more year, depending on the age they actually finish school, until they are 18 years old. If they're not 18, they're not going to school. So that is one story for the Punch newspaper on page 31 if you want to get more stories on that. Beside it, on the left hand side, we have PSP officials condemn members' arrest over land dispute. PSP officials condemn members' arrest over land dispute. This one you can find on page 5. Quite interesting. We move over to the Guardian newspaper. I'll just take 2 major stories. Skilled workforce. Construction sites follow as reverse migration devaluation hits real estate. Construction sites follow as reverse migration devaluation hits real estate. And one more story here. Federal government backtracks, may lift age restriction. Federal government backtracks, may lift age restriction for WAEC SSCE exams. This one is on page 7. Hopefully they are now listening to what people are actually saying. And then lastly, for the Vanguard newspaper, we have reps, NBA, PDP, others demand petrol price hike reversal. We have many riders here. Federal government not fixing petrol prices. This is according to Minister. And PMS prices determined by free market forces, according to NNPC. Lastly, federal government economical with truth on local refinery, fuel price and subsidy, according to NECA. This one is on page 5. And YCE tells Tinubu, state of the nation, Nigerians are suffering. Wow. This one is on page 8 if you want to get more details on that. I'll take one last story. Army arrest student over kidnap murder of FUNAB student. Army arrest student over kidnap murder of FUNAB student. That is on page 6. If you hadn't heard, as yesterday, there was a lady actually, and she was murdered actually by a student. You know, they happen to know each other, but apparently, what the very interesting story about this was, this is actually not the the guy's first time. It has happened. Let's say that the first time it really happened, that a murder case by him happened. It was when he was like maybe 17, 18 years old. And you know, nothing was said, because apparently after this one happened, as yesterday when we got the news, other people started coming out that, oh, he actually killed his sister. And, you know, it was covered up. His parents didn't say anything. This one, you hear another one again. And then you're now wondering, what's happening? Why did it take so long? I mean, 2 people or 3 people had to like go until this one now actually happened. You know, so it really boils down to, yes, we know that the government has a lot to do, but also, as humans, parents, citizens, we also have a lot to contribute, because it was really, really a sad story. I mean, you can imagine something like that happening and coming to light, and then finding out that this is not the first time it had happened. My question is, what were the parents looking at? What were they doing? What on earth are you doing? Do you know where your children are at all times? Well, maybe not at all times, because it will be like you're like monitoring them. But yeah, they do need a little bit of that until they are older. But even when they are older, they still need that, how will I put it, in quotes, monitoring. You need to know, what are they doing? Who are their friends? Where do they go to? Right? Do you call them? Do you check up on them? All these little things. I mean, how can a child be under your nose, in your roof? And series of things have happened like that, and then you did not say anything. Really terrible. But yeah, thankfully, this person has been arrested, and I'm sure justice is going to be served, and it will also be as an example for every other person out there. I mean, these are people who are still in the university, they're still in the university, they're still going to school, and such is happening. Well, it's quite sad, I will not lie, for the lady and also for her family and friends. But all I would just say is, if there is something that you see that is quite fishy, it's better that you speak up before something bigger can happen. You might be like, oh, it's none of my business, it's not close to me. Well, there's this thing about not throwing stones in the market, because you don't know who it will meet. So this one is also part of it. That is all we can actually take for today. But yeah, I'll take a couple of these messages that I got. And this one says, good morning, High Impact. The controversy and politics surrounding Dangote Refinery since it came on board is a clear attestation that there's a section of the elite who wouldn't want the petroleum products to be refined locally for whatever reasons best known to them. If the government of the day wished to alleviate our suffering, let it break the power of this selfish and anti-people group. All we need is availability and affordability of petrol. Joseph Eyo from Lambe. In his voice, I'm sure you're just thinking, how hard can that be? Truly, how hard can that be? I mean, it is just petrol. It's not like we're asking for, Nigerians are not asking for much, right? Like I always say, it's a ripple effect. If you can solve that, at least half or maybe 60% of the issues of the country will be taken care of. I have another text message here. Let's see. Okay, this particular one also again is from Nnamdi Oye. Okay, so he says, on continuously naira depreciation, Nigerians never had it so bad before 2018. On this recent dollarization of our economy. So he says, my question is that how did Nigerian government get here? Because we always have leaders and their advisors or followers who are not economists. Our leaders are always listening to this bad economist advisors who are only interested of what they will gain at the end of the day. Nigeria is not a producing nation, but imports depend on economy. I doubt whether Nigeria will ever be an industrialized economy or export-led economy in the future, like China, Japan, South India, South Korea, and even in other Western world. These are the only countries in this world that need a devaluation of their currency for the excessively export of their cheap products for higher demand worldwide. It is not Nigeria or that imports, depending on economic countries of this world. So that one also is from Nnamdi Oye. And that is that we can take for this week. We have taken you through the major papers from Monday to Friday. And yes, thank you so much for your contribution. We do this every Saturday from the hours of 7 to 8. If there was something that you missed during the week and something you wanted to react to, or let us know maybe in your area and the situations of things, you can always tune in every Saturday on this frequency to join us on the program. And that is all we can take for now. Next up, we have 1 full hour of music. If you're just getting up, if you're just waking up, that is just great. Okay, you just tuned in at the right time. And yes, if you're just going to be doing your chores one by one, we have really good music to accompany you with that. Do not forget, kids, by the hours of 10, I will be here for you. So yeah, get ready for me because I am definitely ready for you. And yes, thank you for joining us on this part of the segment. We are still here. Anyways, I am still here. And we are about to just get wavier. Toluwasha Kiyomi. And see you soon.